Hey guys, it's me, Celia, and today I am here with lo-fi and hip-hop music producer Mikey. Hey Mikey, how's it going?
Guys, how you doing?
How are you today?
I'm doing
How's your
well.
day?
How's everything with you?
Everything's good. I'm always pumped when I do these interview days. I get to like literally meet and hang out with all of the different cool people that I'm meeting on the internet. So this is a
That's
great day for
awesome.
me.
Glad to be
So
here.
I'm happy to have you. So Mikey, can you give us a little bit of your musical history so that we can kind of build our conversation off of that?
Ooh, that's a good question. So I started back in college. So I was a college radio DJ for Rutgers University. I was doing that for about a semester or two, and I just loved it. Like I love interacting with the people that would call in to the show. I love doing live DJ mixes on air. Just the feeling of that was addicting. I fell into the EDM scene. My friends got me into it. I attended different festivals, different events, and I just fell in love with music. I was like, let me try it out. Let me see what I can do. So I started learning how to DJ a little bit on my own. Started producing and just fell into it from there, and I just love it.
I feel you. I actually, believe it or not, came up in a DJ space also. I wasn't the
Nice.
actual DJ. I was working as a photographer for an events company, but I would be the one
Okay.
standing next to the DJ being like, "Yo, guess what? I think lip gloss would go real well right now."
Yeah.
A
That's
classic, a
funny.
classic. But it's actually a really interesting way mentally to come into a music space. So
For sure.
where did that kind of influence start affecting your producing style? Because
Ooh.
when you're DJing, you're also considering like what song's going to go in from one to the other, and like BPMs and all different kinds of things that a typical music producer may not have thought of because they have not been in that kind of environment.
No, for sure. It's definitely a different headspace when you're a DJ first and then a producer, because you're thinking about the audience and what they're listening to, and how they would react to certain like elements in the track. And you just play around with the different peaks and valleys of verse, chorus, verse, and just like play around with the arrangement and just have fun and just keeping the audience in mind and while you're making music. Yeah.
I think that's one thing that a lot of people have to learn. I feel like second in music because, like, if you're writing music and then you have gotten to the point where you're going to perform that music on stage, that's when you
Right,
learn
right.
to read a room. But as a DJ, whether it's on the radio or whether you're DJing for a room full of people, you have
Mm.
to learn that real quick in real time before
No, for sure. Yeah.
making your music selections.
Yep.
So I guess fast forwarding, um, like how do you go about that in your writing style now? Like
Ooh, that's a
keeping
good
the
question.
audience in mind.
Right, right. So the way I make music is that I keep the audience in mind for sure, but I walk into the studio with a blank slate and I'm just thinking about like what am I inspired by today to make music, and then as I'm making it, I just go with the flow basically, not to force anything, because when you force something, I feel like in my opinion it doesn't sound as great or to its potential. But then we keep it all natural, keep it like organic, and then it just flows. You just get into that flow state of mind, and you keep going. You make something like you wouldn't have thought you would make if you hadn't forced it. So
I understand because every day you have different influences, and you
yeah,
might be literally making coffee, and the bubbling of the pot might inspire something. Like
yeah, for
it
sure,
could be
yeah,
it could be literally anything.
right, right,
So I like that your creation style is kind of like based on inspiration of the day, and
yeah, definitely,
it probably gives you a lot of variety in the kinds of things that you're creating.
yeah, for sure, definitely. For me,
So
go ahead. Sorry, I didn't
yeah,
interrupt.
no, I'm letting you go. Go tell me. I
Um,
want to know.
uh, yeah, for me, it's like I feel it's important to not like pigeonhole myself into like one genre of music, and just like experiment with different things. Like one day I might make an RBM or R&B track. I may make a lo-fi track or hip hop track. It just depends on the day, depends how I'm feeling and in the moment. But yeah, yeah. Again, not to force anything, just keep it natural and like just let the universe inspire you to make whatever it is that for that particular day.
Very cool. So I
Yeah.
guess my next question for you would be, are you an instrumentalist or do you do everything in DAWs?
That's a good question too. I'm more like on the laptop basically. Like I don't have that much experience with like analog gear or like playing an instrument. I used to play like viola back in grade school.
Me too.
Oh, really?
I
Word.
wanted to
Yeah.
do the
So
viola because I was like,
yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah,
less people are doing the viola. Everyone
yeah,
wants to do
yeah.
violin. I want to be different.
Definitely, definitely. So I played in a band for a little bit. That was super fun. I played guitar for a little bit too, here and there, but I haven't had the time, even had the time or dedicate to even mastering like guitar, for example. Like I would love to play guitar like really super well, but I just don't have the time to do it. But like that's one of the things that I would definitely like if I had more time to pursue. Definitely guitar. Yeah, yeah,
I feel you. I took a couple guitar lessons back when I was like 14, 15 years old. I could play chords, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to go
yeah,
play
yeah, yeah, for
songs.
sure, definitely.
So
Yeah,
like it gives you an understanding. I guess you have like a physical understanding of guitar and strings
right, right.
because you did the viola. How does that translate to working on a DAW? Because it's mostly like are you a touchpad guy? Are you a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
keyboard
I'm
guy? Like how do
definitely
you
like
go about it?
a touchpad guy. So I have this thing called a MIDI fighter. It's by DJ Tech Tools. So I have
Cool.
right here. So it's a MIDI controller basically. So each button can control a different MIDI key in the DAW. And I just play around with it and have fun. And it's super cool. Like reminds me back in the days I used to go play video games and back in the arcade and just like mess around with the buttons and
Hit the
stuff like that.
buttons.
So yeah, yeah, hit the buttons and mash the buttons, whatever. Have fun. So
That's really cool. I think that a lot of people see the fact that they don't play an actual instrument as a limitation to creating music. So, like, can you walk us through what a day of making music would look like using the kinds of tools that you utilize?
ooh, that's a good question. So I guess it varies, depends on the day. But so I opened up Ableton. I use Ableton Live. I use that program to make music. So I opened it up. I have different templates I would use. It depends on either I'm working on a mashup, edit, or my own original song or a remix. So I would open up the DAW and just see where it goes. I would take sample packs I would get from Splice or different samples out here on YouTube and just mess around with stuff. And see where it goes from there. So nothing really strict or a set routine or schedule. So
I like that you are doing things like remixes and things along those lines because that brings it back to your DJ roots, I feel like.
yeah, yeah,
Because
for sure.
when you have like the DJ board, for people that don't know what a DJ board looks like, you have like one side for like playing and then the other side for queuing,
Yeah, yeah,
essentially.
yeah,
And then
definitely.
you
Yep,
go back and forth between the one you're playing and queuing, and you can either fade
yep,
it in the middle, you can bring it one side, you can change the
yeah.
speed of the songs, and it's really actually a really fun process. I actually like messed around with it a lot. I tried
Oh
to like
yeah,
figure out how
that's
to like
dope.
do that but with like alternative music, and that was like a whole challenge in itself because it's not like electronic and the
Right,
BPMs are
right.
not exactly the same each time like pop music. So
Yeah.
I not that I like gave up, but I was like I do not have the time in my life right now to figure
Right,
this
right,
out.
right. No, I
So
hear you.
I like that that has made its way into your creating process because I feel like people pigeonhole themselves as like I know how to DJ, I know Serato, I know my thing,
Yeah.
but making music is a whole other beast.
It's a
So
whole other thing. Yeah.
it's really
So,
cool that you're kind
no,
of
thank you.
meshing
I
the two
appreciate that.
worlds.
Thank you. So, yeah, I do the best I can to like see what I can do to like always learn new things, new technology. Something's always coming out, and I'm always interested in like learning different things. And man, like it's a crazy time that we're in right now with technology, with AI and AI music. Like I know it's a hot topic to talk about like that, but it's definitely for me, in my opinion, it's a tool that you can use to take advantage of and see what you can do with it and improve your music using AI and everything like that. So
AI, it's a big topic.
huge
It's
topic,
one.
yeah,
It,
definitely a hot topic.
would you like to touch upon the topic? Because I'm cool to touch upon the topic.
Yeah, yeah. So it's crazy how like with AI you can manipulate different sounds and like you can mimic like artists nowadays like with their vocals. It's a little controversy with that like but I think it's pretty cool that you can do that. And you can like for nowadays you can take like you can say you have a song, you can take the vocal, you can split the vocal, the drums, the bass, every element in the song together and just like as a track, as individual tracks, and you can remix it, flip it. It's crazy the time we're living in now. So
Oh yeah, definitely. I've seen
yeah,
people have like quote unquote Ariana Grande cover a whole other person's song via AI, or for instance, like there's been a lot of viral plankton singing videos. Like, did you hear Plankton singing Evanescence?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, sorry,
Like,
we cut out a little bit, but it's all good.
oh, oh, I now I see you, so we're good.
Nice.
I know that, like, on one hand there's the entertainment value of that, but then on the other hand, I know that on the
Yeah.
music side, a lot of people are more so worried about their I guess their copyrightable material. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand where the conflict is, but I also, like, I agree there are ways that AI integrations are definitely going to be helpful over time. So finding the right ones and finding the ways that are going to work best, especially if it's something easy like having, for instance, like, something to break down clips for like social media, or
Definitely.
something to help speed up the editing process or something, like, because
No, for sure, yeah.
I had something that would like auto cut podcasts based off of what layer vocal like the audio was on, and I
Oh
used that
wow.
for a while, and it
Yeah,
would
that's
just go
crazy.
through and it would be done in 5 minutes. Like, there's
Right,
ways that AI
exactly.
can be helpful, especially, like, I guess in the mixing, because I don't know if you have any of these, but Helvita, who works with me all the time, has like an AI based, like, logic plugin that helps with like certain aspects of that as well. So I guess, like, my question is, has there been a helpful AI tool that has been in your back pocket that you have tried out?
Ooh, I would say AI. Well, it could
Uh
be
huh.
AI. I mean, Serato has these tools that you can split, you can time stretch, split the tracks,
Yep.
and that's super helpful for me if I need to know the BPM of a certain thing, or if I need to isolate certain like vocals or certain like bass and drums in a track, and I can just like visualize it, and it's crazy how that works. So,
That's really cool.
yeah.
So, like, for people that don't know, Serato is essentially like a DJ software that hooks up to a board so that you can affect the things that are being played, select your songs, make playlists, things
Hmm.
along those lines, so that you have full control over what's happening, I guess, in front of you, both at a party or in the studio.
Right.
So, I guess my follow up question, now that we're moving to Mikey as the producer, um, how do you go about your producing sessions? Is it just you? Do you self write? Do you work with other people? Like, what is your main way of producing?
Oh, for now, it's just me and my laptop, and the way I've been working on. Oh, you hear
Mikey,
me?
let's jump into that one more time. You
Yeah,
froze for a
yeah. Oh,
second. So
no worries, no worries.
what does your producing style look like these days?
So right now it's just me producing music. And if I'm scrolling through social media and I'm inspired by a certain artist, I would like take their song or sample it, and I would flip it and make it a video and then tag them. And it's been really organic. They'd be like, "Yo, it's super dope," and then we would chat it up and then we'd talk and stuff like that. So that's been pretty cool to do. And
That's very cool. And do you have like
yeah.
a favorite remix that you've done?
Ooh, the new one I just produced, the Usher remix. It was super fun to do. I DM'd him, but I'm not sure if he saw it or not.
I
But
mean,
it, it was
I
it was
was going
great.
after Stevie Nicks, so I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, no worries. But the production, in my opinion, was cool because I did I put it as a 3 tier on social media, how vertical video works.
yeah.
So I put the music video on the top and bottom layer, and the middle layer is just me making the beat, making the music. So the way it worked, it was pretty fun to do. So
That's really awesome.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
want to move forward though. I have a big question that I ask
Okay,
everyone on this interview show. It is a open question, so you can answer
okay.
it in whatever direction that seems the best.
All right, sounds
So,
good.
if someone was getting into music right now,
Ooh.
what would be your biggest piece of advice or pieces of advice for them? Whatever direction.
Watch as many like tutorial videos on YouTube as possible, and I would just take your time and then like be kind to yourself, and just enjoy the process of making music. Be inspired by different documentaries, and just basically learn as much as you can in the beginning stages. Don't judge your work too early, and just keep going. Just keep going. Don't give up.
I love that because, like, it's about educating yourself and making sure that you don't give up too early, because I feel like
Yeah.
that's a lot of people give up too early. Like, those memes where, like, there's the guy and he's digging and he's almost there and he's almost there,
Yep.
and then you see the side angle of it and
Yep.
it's like right if he hit it one more time.
Yeah. I had to save my phone too. That photo. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like that one is probably the one of the biggest like relatable things for creative people, because you feel like you're
A
grinding,
hundred
and then
percent. Yep.
you never know which one is going to be that last thing, but if you give up, you're never going to get there.
For sure. Yeah. You never know. You never know until you try, until you keep going at it.
Definitely, definitely. So Mikey, where can people follow you and where can people find your music?
Ooh, you find me at Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at Mikey. My last name Schies, Schies, and then you find me there.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
Mikey, I want to thank you so much for sitting down with me today. I'm really happy that I get to like hang out and meet
Of
everyone
course.
from Threads, and I know
Yeah.
that you've been like around and supporting me for a couple months, so I wanted to say thank you for supporting me and
Of
being on my
course.
show.
And thank you for making this. Thank you for taking the time to make this interview. I really appreciate it.
Of course, of course. So for everyone watching, make sure you go and follow Mikey. I'm really glad that we got into more of like DJ conversation
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
today,
definitely.
because I haven't gotten to do that yet, and people don't
Oh,
know
dope.
that's in my background. So
Yeah,
thank you
yeah, yeah. I didn't
for
know either.
providing. Well,
Yeah.
no one knows. I mean, before 2020, I wasn't even in the music scene. No one knew.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, thank you for that, and make sure you guys follow Mikey, because Mikey makes some really awesome stuff, and
Thank you.
I will see you guys on the next interview. So
Take
have a
care.
great day, guys.
Later.